As I'm sure you're well aware, there have been some recent changes to the driver lineup. At key points in a season, drivers who are due to end their current contracts may choose to move between teams or even go into retirement. I'll send you an email each time a move occurs to keep you abreast of any recent changes.
Oh my god. I can't believe that this is happening. The man in front of me is my new teammate. And that man is Lucas Weber. Welcome guys to another video. Make sure to already smash like, because this is absolutely amazing to have Lucas Weber, my former F2 teammate, my friend in the F1 story, is going to be my teammate for the second half of the season. We have some driver transfers after the summer break in the game, but in real life the summer break is between Hungary and Belgium. But wow, I think that's this is going to be tasty. I'm gonna tell you. So here's the driver transfer. So Danik Viat is back to Formula 1. We stole his seat because we went to Toro Rosso and Alban was our teammate. It is going to replace Lucas Weber in Alfa Romeo. And Lucas Weber goes to my team. He's going to be my teammate. And now Alex Alban has been dropped, and that's quite understandable because my teammate Alban wasn't basically on the pace. We were always topping him. Despite in the last few races he's been a little bit better, but it seems that wasn't enough to Helmut Marko, and yeah, he decided to drop him for the Red Bull family, and Alban doesn't have a seat for the second half of the season. But now, like I said, it's going to be really good because Lucas Weber has been absolutely strong, especially after the Austrian Grand Prix. So yeah, this is going to be, I'm smelling a very good rivalry. And heading to the Belgian Grand Prix, Mercedes, AMG Petronas are not the best team on the grid. It's going to be Red Bull and then Mercedes and Ferrari, and we remain as best of the rest. But this is very good. Everything is happening very well. Things are good things are happening, that's what I want to say to Red Bull. So yeah, things are going our way. Williams making good progress as well. So the second half of the season is going to be absolutely bonkers because the grid is getting closer and closer and closer after each round. I think you guys can see in the performance chart in Australia is very split up. And now as we head into the Belgian Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps, is getting closer and closer. So this is going to be really good. So now we're going to jump on the track for the qualifying, and let's see if we can do a better weekend, me or Lucas Weber. It's time to qualifying.
It's qualifying time at Spa, one of the mightiest tracks on the Formula 1 calendar. Long straights, up and downhill, Eau Rouge as well. This track isn't for the faint-hearted. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximising top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on in the corners and max out down the straights?
Top speed is a key factor for this circuit. Even if you can achieve the same lap time as someone running less wing than you, chances are you'll find overtaking difficult if you have too much drag.
And so here we are in Q1. It's going to be just a formality. Pace has been really strong, so I think we can be best of the rest as we go into this weekend. But unfortunately, we're going to have a 10th place grid penalty for changing one of the components because we need, because this is a power track, and as you can see, we've gone faster, even faster than Charles Leclerc, and we are in second place in the end of qualifying, 3/10 off of Sebastian Vettel. Pretty easy. Now Q1 is just a formality for the car that we have. Lucas Weber and Sergio Perez, they are my rivals, showing to be really pacey. But Mercedes, the two Mercedes, are out of Q1, and they didn't set a single time on the session, especially and as well for Devon Butler. So Mercedes has a lot of work to do. So that was a bit of a shock, you know, seeing Mercedes out of Q1 in Season 1. That's not very common, but we are in Q2 finishing a lap. It was a little bit sketchy, and there was definitely some time left on the table, but I think this can be enough to get us into the top 10 shootout. Across the line, we've gone fastest than Nico Hulkenberg. We are the fastest for now, and we're going to set a 1:36.9, and we are 1 second of Max Verstappen. But as you can see, we're dropping some positions. We're in P6 and only 2/10 of P10, so I decided to go once again, but I didn't have time. But fortunately, we got the 9th fastest time, and yeah, we are into Q3, but it was a little bit stressful because oh my god, I'm not going to have any time, and maybe I'm going to be out of Q2 because it was just 2/10 and there was some time left on the table on the first lap, like I said. But fortunately, me and Weber got into the top 10 shootout, and here we are. We're going just to do just one lap because we used 2 brand new sets of soft tires. So We're doing our lap with just 2 minutes to go. Gasly is on a provisional pole, so Gasly has been as well really pacey in the final stages of the first half of the season. So it's very good to see, but hopefully we can get him his seat in for the next season, because at the moment he is behind Verstappen. So following the logic of Red Bull, the slowest guy on Red Bull should be dropped. I don't know, but we are in the final chicane, the bus stop chicane, putting the power down, open the DRS, and we're going to cross a line, and we're going to be in P4 ahead of Max Verstappen. So a mega lap, 36.2. But as we fast forward, we drop into P5, but not very far from Verstappen. Verstappen lost a heap amount of time, as you can see, 7 tenths. And then Gasly just 2 tenths away from Sebastian Vettel pole lap. So that was very, very hard to see. But yeah, we are best of the rest. That's what mattered. Let's see if we can carry this pace into the race. But remember, we're going to start in P15 because we have a 10th place grid penalty for changing components. So we have some work to do in this race. We're going to try to slice through the field, and let's see if we can get some points. It's time for the Belgian Grand Prix.
In the 48 races held at Spa between 1950 and 2015, the race winner has only started from pole position on 16 occasions. Qualifying yesterday may have set the order for today, but expect the unexpected here at the Belgian Grand Prix. As the saying goes, of course, anything can happen. And you know what? It usually does. Spa-Francorchamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track is a great one for fans of pure speed. The average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles an hour. Anthony Davidson joins me here to talk about the recent changes to the driver lineup. So let's chat about Daniel Kvyat. They've just moved to Alfa Romeo. How do you think they'll get on?
Well, I think this came as something of a surprise to most of us, but it could end up being a bit of a coup for the team. Getting a driver with experience higher up in the field might just be the boost they need, and I'm sure they'll be a big asset as the team continues to develop their car.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Verstappen, Kimi Raikkonen and Perez, Kvyat, Magnussen, Hülkenberg and Lando Norris, Ricciardo, Russell, Thomas and Faber. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Kubica, Stroll, Lewis Hamilton and Devon Butler. Bottas and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Thanks to more grid penalties from the other drivers, we're going to start in P13 instead of P15, and Lucas right behind us. And we have a Williams, so just to see a Williams in P12, there was some grid penalties, so that's helped the Williams cars to be up the order. But it's a one-stop strategy. Yeah, very simple strategy. I think it's a no-brainer to stop 2 times during the race. But here we are, ready to the start of the Belgian Grand Prix. Let's see if we can score some good points. Let's see if we can slice through the field. 5 red lights, and it slides out, and away we go. And it was an absolutely terrible start once again. And Lucas Weber storming through the field. But we're going to try to fight back, heading into turn 1. Let's see, it's going to be very tight. A little bit of contact with the German. We met him new teammate. We made even more contact. We rubbed the wheels, and at the moment he is ahead of us. But now we're going into Toro Rosso for the first time. One of the best corners of the F1 calendar. That's undeniable. But we are in the slipstream on Lucas Weber. We are gaining and gaining. He's on the slipstream of Norris, so we're gaining a double slipstream. We're going to the left side. I see a gap, but no. I would risk to go off to the grass, very close to his gear button. Going to brake later because we're going to have more track available. Park the bus on the inside, and we gain 2 positions in 1 corner on the Camel Straight. So yeah, it was almost a moment of Schumacher Hakkinen where we're gone to the grass, but now we're going to try go round the outside of the Renault of Daniel Ricciardo, very slow, really squeezes into the curbs, but we're going to do the same, give a taste of his own medicine, and that's us into P10. So already points at the end of not even a lap, half a lap on this Grand Prix, so it's been a very successful start, and here we are on lap 2 going through Eau Rouge once again. Beautiful camera shot, and we're chasing down the Renault of Nico Hulkenberg. This engine of the Honda is much better than the engine on the back of that Renault car, so here we go. Slipstream, rich mix, overtake mode, now changing to low because I think we are confident enough on the brakes, and here we go on the inside of the German, really so close to the wheels, very close battles, and we are into P9 and yet on lap 2. So like I said, a very successful start. That's what we really want, a strong start with strong pace, and try to climb through and slice through the field, and that's what you're doing, but not the same for my teammate. He's stuck on some traffic. He's been overtaken by the 2 Renault cars, so, and behind him is Lewis Hamilton, and now Lando Norris being pressurized by Nico Hulkenberg. He doesn't have the DRS, and there goes my teammate once again, so Lando Norris is losing 3 positions on the Camel Straight, and now he's battling with Lucas Weber, but he has the traction because, I don't know if you can see, Lucas Weber lost an end plate on his front wing, so he's going to struggle a lot in this first stint that he's going to change the front wing. But now we have a virtual safety car. I believe that someone is out of the race, as you can see, is George Russell, so very unfortunate. Oh, so close, Kubica, his teammate, to collect one of the McLarens. I don't know, but yeah, that was really close, and unfortunately that's the end of the Belgian Grand Prix to George Russell. So now this is after the virtual safety car, this is the Renaults going side by side, and Hulkenberg lost a little bit of momentum because he touched the curbs, and now they're going side by side through Eau Rouge. I can see, not the best camera shot, sorry, but Hamilton is going to have a tow because these guys lost so much momentum. As you can see, Ricciardo waltzing away because these guys are going side by side through Eau Rouge, one of the fastest corners, and Hamilton is not gaining that much. I was expecting him to gain more because, yeah, it's a Mercedes engine, it's the best engine of the grid for now, so they're still side by side. That's why I love Spa. There's a lot of slipstream, and then we are capable of going side by side through these long corners, and Hamilton actually sticks behind, so he's struggling to overtake the midfield car, so that's very strange. And this is Danik Viat in his first day, in his first weekend with Toro Rosso, Jesus, with Alfa Romeo, and he overtakes his teammates, so already starting to show some good pace. And Raikkonen is struggling at the moment in this early stage, in these soft tires, and in the next lap he's being pressurized by Kevin Magnussen that has the DRS open side by side. A pretty easy pass on the Finn. I don't know if he's going to come back, but at the moment he's struggling. I don't know if he has some issues with that car, but Jeff didn't tell me anything, and here we are in the next lap after Magnussen overtaking the Finn. We are ready to make the overtake. Hamilton is behind us, so finally he made the overtakes on the Renaults and the McLaren, and there you go, very easy pass on the Alfa Romeo of Raikkonen, and we are into P8 in the space. We've gone from P13 to P8 in the space of 7 laps, so this Belgian Grand Prix is going absolutely perfect at the moment. And I decided to pit 1 lap earlier because we did an absolutely great in lap, and I think we can get an undercut on these guys, touching the inside barrier on the pit entry, but fortunately we didn't get any damage. That would ruin our race, so now we have to get this undercut work because I think we have the pace to overtake these guys. I think we are capable, so we're going to say goodbye to these soft tires and dress a brand new set of medium tires, and we go to the end of the Grand Prix in the yellow strap tires. So this strategy can work. From my experience in F1 games, the undercut around Spa is very powerful, and we were joining dead last place. But if this undercut works, I think we can rejoin in P7, so we can overtake Magnussen, and I think that's pretty much it. And Danik Viat, so we can rejoin in P6, but you have to bear in mind we have the Mercedes, so a little bit of a moment while we're chasing down Robert Kubica. Lost a little bit of time, but now we're going to gain a little bit more because we're going to be on the slipstream, DRS open, drag race with the Williams, and yeah, he's struggling for pace. He's nowhere near the pace. Williams, despite the upgrades that have been doing, the pace for now is not there, and yeah, it was a pretty easy pass, a little bit humiliating to Kubica, but now lap 10 the guys are starting to pit, and let's see if this undercut works. We have Grosjean ahead of us, and we can see the house of Kevin Magnussen, so this is going to be really so close, and we overtook Danik Viat as well, so this undercut absolutely worth the treat. But now we're going to be vulnerable to Kevin Magnussen because he's behind us. He's going to have DRS, sorry, but we're going to have DRS because of Roman Grosjean, so this is going to help us to mitigate the damage. And this is Grosjean chasing down Lewis Hamilton with the DRS open, so that's why I love Spa. A lot of slipstream. We can see midfield cars overtaking Mercedes cars in this case, and now Hamilton is being held up so much by Roman Grosjean that is going defensive, and we're going to try something on the outside of the Mercedes. It's going to be absolutely amazing if we can make this move stick side by side with Grosjean momentarily. Hamilton pushes off to the track, but we're going to have the inside line really squeeze him, give a taste of his own medicine, and we overtake Lewis Hamilton on this Belgian Grand Prix. So that was crazy, and this is in the same lap, chasing down Roman Grosjean, so close, getting closer and closer, and we're going to make a horrendous dive on the bus stop chicane, and we made that stick. So that was absolutely crazy, absolutely madness. That dive one, we could have end badly for sure, but yeah, we got lucky, and now Hamilton, I decided not to give much of a fight because yeah, he's a Mercedes, but yeah, I decided to let go a little bit, but I got distracted a little bit, and now we are vulnerable to Grosjean. I tried to thread the needle because we were in the Hamilton-Grosjean sandwich, and we lost 2 positions, but now it's the same scenario of the last lap, but this time it's going to be Grosjean going defensive, so this should be a pretty easy move then on Hamilton in that Haas. So we're going on the outside, now we're going to have the inside, not squeeze that much like we did in Hamilton. We're not going to be that aggressive, and we are in P7, I believe. No, we are in P8, but we're going to be in P7 because Bottas is going to pit because he started on the medium compound of tires, so in an alternate strategy, and yeah, maybe we're going to see Bottas in the last stages of the Grand Prix. So he's pitting, and now you're going to see why he's not going to chase us down, because he's going to fit a hard tire. So that's a no-brainer, to be honest, because you can easily do a soft-medium strategy or a medium-soft strategy. So, and Grosjean is in the same boat of Bottas as well, so that was very hard to see, but maybe it can pay off, I don't know. This is Sergio Perez ahead of Charles Leclerc, and he made a double lockup and lost the position to Leclerc, but yeah, that racing point of the Maxim, he really pacey on this on Spa, and there's Hamilton now overtaking Perez, and this should get him into P5 to the Brits. So, but this is Perez, he's on the slipstream now, and that racing point is OP on the straight line, he's very good at Spa. The car velocity combines with the circuit, as you guys know. He's been the racing point is always very pacey at the Belgian Grand Prix circuit, and yeah, unfortunately he couldn't battle Hamilton, but that was really close. It's good to see. This proves that that the midfield is getting close and closer to the front field, so next season is going to be absolutely bonkers. Let's see. But now on lap 20, the beginning of lap 20, we set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so I decided to push. We had enough ERS and fuel, but then Verstappen took us away the fastest lap point. But yeah, it felt good, you know, to have the fastest lap momentarily. It shows that we were on the pace. We had the tires, we nursed the tires very well, so that's the reason that we got the fastest lap, and then Hamilton got the fastest lap over Verstappen. This is the last lap, and this is for the lead of the race. This is Sebastian Vettel chasing down Verstappen. This is the last lap, is the last corner. So left Vettel on the inside into the bus stop chicane. It's going to be absolutely amazing if he can make that. But Verstappen is going to have the better traction, sorry, and he only just wins the Belgian Grand Prix. So that was absolutely epic between these two guys. A battle through to the last corner. I want to see the time that we're separated, but that was really close. One more lap and I think Vettel would get the race win, but it's Verstappen's day, and we're going to cross the line in P7 from P13. A nice charge getting there. A very good day for the Red Bull family.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
So as they climb out of the car, the Red Bull team are ready and waiting to celebrate a thoroughly well-deserved win. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
Very entertaining Belgian Grand Prix, as you can see, not even the 10 separating Verstappen and Vettel, so That's what I call a photo finish, a race finish. And that was absolutely exciting to see, but nonetheless it was a very good Belgian Grand Prix from our side. P7 from P13, I couldn't ask for more, and unfortunately our teammate Lucas Weber, thanks to that front wing damage, he couldn't slice through the field, unfortunately didn't score any points, but I think it's going to be a great rivalry between me and my former F2 teammate and now my current teammate, so that's absolutely bonkers. So guys, that was the Belgian Grand Prix. Make sure to smash like and subscribe channel if you see plenty more Formula 1 content weekly for F1 2019 career mode on the channel. And this is career mode. I think it can't get any tastier than that, because having Weber on my side, and he's been absolutely strong in this weekend. So in terms of R&D, we're going to buy the upgrade that unfortunately failed for this weekend, and we're going to buy a major upgrade, and it should be ready for the Singapore Grand Prix if things go well. It's unfortunately that it's not going to be ready for the Italian Grand Prix where we need straight line speed. But that's how things are, and I decided to buy that major upgrade that is going to give access to more things to upgrade on an engine. That's what we need, despite the good straight line speed in this weekend. I was very surprised. But guys, that was episode 14 of my F1 2019 career mode. I forgot to show the championship standings on the official race results, but here he is. We are still in P7 as best of the race, 11 points ahead of our current teammate now, Lucas Weber. So, and we are best of the race in the constructor. So things going our way. Red Bull is the fastest car. So Hamilton has some margin, but I think if things go as went in the Belgian Grand Prix, not like Hamilton being knocked out of Q1, but if things continue to be like this, Red Bull being better than Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull, I think we can get a very tasty finale at Abu Dhabi. We'll see. But guys, thank you so much for watching once again. Make sure to smash like. Things are going very well for us. But now it's time to say goodbye. My name is Tom, and I'll see you guys for a brand new video next time. But for now, it's goodbye.